Thanks for joining me. We've got the launch of two iconic cars as promised. You're going to be really excited when you see them. The first one I can tell you about is the classic, the beautiful, the elegant, the M4 Coupe. Special guest with us today is George from Sytner Nottingham, who's going to answer a few more questions for us about this tremendous driving machine we've got before us. George, before we start, wonderful car. I absolutely love this. I love the contrast with the black, with the white. It's beautiful. The colour we see here today, what is that Alpine white, is it?
No, mineral white.
Mineral white, brilliant.
Pearlescent metallic paint colour, ever so slightly different to the mineral white, which is our flat. It's a very common colour that we have in BMW, whereas this is a bit more unique, a bit more exclusive, which comes as part of the M4 as standard. So some of the metallic paints that you get on the car are free of charge, which is another big plus to this car. So you can make it personable, make it unique, and make it basically your car. Now, in terms of new colours, you've always got the option to individualise with BMW, especially with this new model. So you've got the Sao Paulo yellow, which is another non-metallic colour, and alongside that, you've got individual colours such as the Tanzanite blue. But you've also got my personal favourite, the Isle of Man green, which is a nice British racing green. And personally, I think that's going to be a really popular colour, and I can't wait to see it.
I look at the car and it's such a different shape, really, to the last one. What's some of the key differences between the last model and this one?
So, I mean, the main thing that the M4 is trying to achieve, I feel, from BMW is a complete redesign. It's got to be bold, striking. So, I mean, you see it on the front end straight away. It's one of the big features that this car has, but it's not just that feature. It runs all the way through the car. It's fair to say that this is a completely different model to the old model. Completely new set of performance. So, obviously, increased horsepower, 100 more Newton meters of torque. So, performance side of things under the bonnet, striking, bold. It's going to be a real impact car. A few of the features that this car has, obviously in the UK, we've got the competition as standard, and that means you've got the 20-inch rear alloys and the 19-inch front alloys. So that split size is one of another features that this car sort of showcases.
Yeah, it's funny saying that about a 4 Series. I had a 4 Series following me not so long ago, and when you look at it behind you in the rear view mirror, you really get that real prowess of it on the road. It looks amazing actually out in the real world against all the other cars out there. You know, there's really nothing else really like the front of that car out there, is there?
No, I mean, it's BMW changing what they do completely. So BMW are going to make themselves stand out. What they don't want them to do, especially with this car and the M3 and the potential for the new 4 Series, they don't want those to just fit in on the road. You don't really want that. You want a car that someone's going to turn around and go, oh yeah, I really like that. So it's the whole car is showing that, from the carbon roof to the front end to the rear end, and the new exhaust pipes that they've got.
Yeah, those quad pipes are really prominent, aren't they? They're really quite big actually. You know, when I saw the back of the car, the way it just holds itself at the back there, it is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, the pipes themselves, I think, are 10 centimeters in diameter, which is I know it doesn't sound a lot, but it is a phenomenal size for an exhaust. And when you have certain things like the carbon exterior package, which is one of the options you can get on this car, those obviously have the carbon tips surrounding the exhaust, which you'll see potentially on our M3. And it's just a real key feature of this car.
Yeah, I noticed this didn't have the carbon pack, but I have to be honest, I really love this black on white combination that's going on between it. And you're right, that iconic carbon roof that goes across M cars for years and years, really. It's just fantastic, and that just really suits the car really well, especially with these wheels. Now, are these wheels upgrades or are they standard?
No, these are the standard wheels. Unbelievably, on the competition, which is obviously what we're getting in the UK, the standard wheels that we've got here, like I say, 19 at the front, 20 at the back, they're outstanding. Obviously, the jet black face that you've got there, no cost option difference. You do have a bit more individualization on these cars, on the wheels especially. So it's something that, obviously, with a sales executive like myself, we can run through the options, and it'd be something that you could really tailor to your own needs. But I really like these standard alloys. Having that black, like you say, black on white, the contrast, which really sort of pops of the different features like the wing mirror caps and the side sills on this car.
Yeah, that's a real nice contrast. And in terms of what's under the bonnet, you know, you said it was an all-new car. What's under the bonnet? What's the differences?
So, first time we've seen this engine was X3M and the X4M. It's been tuned since then, so it's over 500 horsepower, 506, I believe. And the torque is the real difference between this and the previous generation, 100 Newton meters more.
That's an incredible amount, isn't it?
Well, you'll show it on the road, especially if you're doing, say, 0 to 60 times. It's 0.3 of a second quicker than the previous generation. It doesn't sound a lot, but when you get into the small numbers that these cars are doing, 0 to 60, that is a big, substantial margin that you've got from this car versus the previous generation. Yeah,
it really is an overall well-finished car, isn't it? So if someone wants to order one of these today, can they get one?
Of course, so it's definitely something we can get on order today. It's something that myself or any of the sales executives in the UK can look at through our configurators, build it up exactly how you'd like it, or potentially even look at stock that's on the way.
Lastly, before we leave you, and thanks for your time, we really appreciate it. One thing that you really love about this new car?
Interior. So, interior of the new M4 is a class above from the old model. Previous generation had, obviously, at its time, top of the range technology. It was brilliant. But this interior, modelled in from like the M8 and the M5, is just mind-blowing. When you're inside the car, it's every driving experience you have. You will find yourself in the perfect model, whether you're in M mode or in comfort or having it exactly set up how you like. It's the perfect experience.
Brilliant. Thanks, George. Thanks so much for your time today. Really do appreciate it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. It's been really interesting and fun to find out some wonderful facts about this wonderful machine in front of us. I've certainly enjoyed it. Thanks very much for joining us. Hope you look forward to the next car that's coming later on. Thanks very much. Take care.